Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking the code on some of the most enigmatic personalities out there. You know, the people who are just masters of keeping us all guessing.
Oh, you know the type. That person who holds their cards so close to their chest, you're not even sure they're playing the same game as you. They're compelling, they're fascinating, and yeah, let's be honest, a little bit frustrating. So what's really going on behind that calm exterior?
Well, what if the answer is written in the stars? We're about to open up the case files on 4 zodiac signs that are known for being the most mysterious of them all. Let's find out who they are and, more importantly, what makes them so hard to read.
So our first profile is a sign that's practically the poster child for mystery, the Scorpio. They're famous for their intensity, sure, but the real intrigue lies in what they don't say.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It gets right to the heart of their power. For a Scorpio, silence isn't just an absence of sound. It's a tool. It's this space where you'll probably project all your own fears and assumptions. And while you're doing that, they just watch and learn.
And this, right here, reveals their whole strategy. On the surface, what you get is silence and maybe a few very carefully chosen words. But what's being guarded? Their real thoughts, their full story. Scorpios are masters of revealing exactly what they want you to know, and not a single thing more. That's what makes them, well, the ultimate definition of unreadable.
All right, let's move on to our next subject because this is a totally different kind of mystery. Profile 2 is the Aquarius. So if a Scorpio's mystery comes from intensity, and Aquarius's comes from this feeling of detachment, they really do seem like they're operating on a completely different wavelength.
This phrase perfectly captures the Aquarian vibe. They're kind of like the social scientists of the Zodiac, always taking in data, analyzing patterns, and just observing human behavior from a distance. But they almost never feel the need to share what they've figured out.
So it's not like they're hiding something sinister. Their mystery comes from this core belief that, honestly, most people just wouldn't get their inner world anyway. What we see on the outside is just that quiet observation. But what's hidden is this entire universe of complex understanding that they've decided just isn't worth the effort to explain.
From the intellectual observer, now we're going to drift into the emotional ether with our third profile, the Pisces. Their mystery isn't about logic or silence, it's about presence. It's like they exist with one foot in this world and one foot somewhere else entirely.
Have you ever been talking to someone and you can just tell they've left? Like their eyes are open, but they are somewhere else completely? This quote pinpoints that classic Pisces trait. They're here, but at the same time they're a million miles away, swimming in a huge sea of dreams and feelings.
This is what makes them the emotional ghost. What we see is that faraway look, what feels like they've emotionally disappeared. But what's really happening is a deep dive into their own profound inner world. They're busy processing deep feelings, living out their dreams, and navigating everything with a powerful intuition that we just can't see.
And now for our last profile. And this one might be the most surprising one on the list, the Capricorn. Yeah, we usually see them as super straightforward and ambitious, but underneath all that, there's a deep well of mystery, guarded by a fortress of pure logic.
This contrast is the key to everything. The Capricorn persona is built on control, on structure, and just immense discipline. Vulnerability, to them, is a liability. It's a crack in the armor that can mess up their goals, so they simply don't show it.
So this is their strategy in action. The face they show the world is one of unshakable logic and control. But that's a shield. Hidden right behind it are their vulnerabilities, and, most mysteriously, their true motives, which are almost always about 2 steps ahead of what you think you know.
So we've got 4 very different profiles: the silent Scorpio, the distant Aquarius, the dreamy Pisces, and the strategic Capricorn. So what's the common thread? What's the one thing that ties them all together?
Well, each of these signs uses a different main tool to build that enigmatic personality. For Scorpio, it's silence. For Aquarius, it's observation. For Pisces, it's their powerful intuition. And for Capricorn, it's that airtight logic. 4 different methods, all leading to the exact same result. A person you just can't quite figure out.
But here's the most important takeaway of all. Their mystery. Their armor, whether it's made of silence, or logic, or dreams, it isn't an end in itself. It's a tool.
It's armor they use to guard a really precious and complex inner world. A world of confessions, of deep understanding, and of profound vulnerability.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway here. When we run into these mysterious people, it's so easy to just assume there's nothing there. But the truth is the exact opposite. Their mystery isn't a sign of emptiness. It's the sign of a depth so profound that it needs a guard, the gate. So, as we finish up, let me just leave you with this one question. The Scorpio, the Aquarius, the Pisces, the Capricorn. While we were going through them, who was it that came to your mind? Because the real mystery might just be sitting right across from you.